Okay. First off, glad to have you guys back safely. I did. I got a great note from the sub. How did the videos go? How did everything go on Friday? No problem?
We're kind of struggling for a long time.
Yes.
On what? On the homework?
Let's say like you didn't know certain things and we have to correct them a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So simple stuff like that.
Okay. So, today, you're going to get credit for the homework. Yeah, you all did it. Good. We'll go over any of the questions that you have. Okay? You have a quiz on Thursday. We're going to prep for that. So we have today, we're reviewing the previous day. I think tomorrow is just going to be a review day. And then Thursday we have a quiz. Sound fair? Okay. With that being said, we are talking a lot about exponents. When Jesus was discipling everyone, and even in today's world, the goal was not to disciple 1,000 people. And then that's it. Because then you've only discipled to 1,000. The goal is, I'm going to disciple to Ava and Lydia and Patrick and William. And then y'all are going to try to find your people as well. And then they're going to try to find their people. And if we could always do this with our faith, we are going to grow Christianity exponentially. That was God's goal. It was not a Jerusalem thing. It was not a Middle East country thing. This was a worldwide endeavor. Okay? I mean, we are halfway across the world from where Christianity began. It's amazing how far it's spread, and that's still the goal. Exponential growth. Like our exponents. Exponent rules. Okay? So, pretty much, exponents mean they're going to get big quick. Right? So, first things first. As we look at the actual math, and y'all aren't trying, let me tell you, my first class was bad. Not the kids. Me. I've been teaching math for 18 years, and it was a poorly done lesson. I did a math problem, and then it was like, get your calculator. Because for some reason, my brain wasn't working. I couldn't figure out the mistake that I was making. And I'm like, okay, this is rough. Bad morning. So I'm hoping today for us goes a little better. When we have a problem like this, the first thing that I want you to get used to is substituting in with parentheses. What is y? Well, y is -2 squared. Minus x is 3 to the third. I'm plugging in the x in parentheses. I'm plugging in the y in parentheses. Plus -2 minus 3 squared. Okay. First things first. Grouping symbols. Do we have grouping symbols? What are they? These aren't brackets.
The lines.
What are those? What symbol is that? That's the...
Absolute, no.
Yes, the absolute value. So we start inside. Inside we have an exponent. So right now, I have a -2 minus 3 squared, which is 9. And I can bring everything else down. Still in here. So now I have -2 squared minus 3 to the third plus the absolute value of -11. Okay, do you see how I'm getting this? Because -2 minus 9 is -11. Well, this is still something that I need to do. So now I have -2 squared minus 3 to the third plus, what's the absolute value of -11? 11. Okay, now I can do my exponents. Whew. -2 squared is -2 multiplied by -2. Make sure in your calculator, and this is why it's important, the -2 is in parentheses. Make sure that's in parentheses when you do it in your calculator, or else you're going to get -4. -2 times -2. A negative multiplied by a negative is positive. Use the parentheses. So -2 squared is 4. Minus 3 to the third is 27. Plus 33, because 3 to the third. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Is there anybody on those calculators who do not know how to use them to get that. Now I'm going to tilt this, sorry. We good? From here, use your calculator. 4 minus 27 should be negative 23, if I did my math right, which I'm not saying that I did today. Negative 23 plus 11 should be negative, come on, Mr. H, you got this, 13, negative 12. Somebody do that math because I could easily be wrong because I'm tired. Questions? How are we feeling? Great. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Once you've got this copy down, go ahead and get your homework out. We did on page 14 and 15, numbers 7 through 21? I don't know. Hold on.
7 through 16.
7 through 16?
And 45 through 48.
7 through 16 and 45 through 48. Nice. I've got it in my module. Okay, number 7. Here's what I want you to do. If you missed it, if you did not do it, write it down. Put an X next to it, something. So if you need to see it, today is a review day. This is part of our review. Because I'm going to give you your classwork right now. Here we go. You ready? Okay. You might want to have your books out. Why? Because maybe you didn't write down the whole thing. So have it open to page 14 and 15. That way you can be like, oh, that's what the problem is saying. Everybody with me? Yeah. These were delicious. Whew. Number 7. So there's a thing called standard form, which means largest exponent down to smaller exponents, finishing with a constant. Number 7's answer should be 7x squared minus 6x minus 6. So 7x squared minus 6x minus 6. Number 8 is 1a to the third, or if you just have a to the third, that's perfect. So a to the third minus 3b. Number 9, 12c to the second. Now, hold on, before I keep going with number 9. This order doesn't matter as much, okay, because there's a lot of variables. This one's tough. So number 9 is 12c squared plus 9cd minus 3d squared. Mr. H, what if I had 12c squared minus 3d squared plus 9cd? That's fine. As long as you have the signs correct with your numbers, we're good. Do I need to repeat that? So number 9, 12c squared plus 9cd minus 3d squared. Number 10, 10a squared plus 4ab minus 2b squared. Number 11, 54, a to the third, b to the third. Number 12, 30, x to the fifth. 13, 4a to the sixth, b to the second. So 4a to the sixth, b to the second. 14, you shouldn't have missed this one. 1. 14 is 1. No calculator work needed. It's 1. So you put a mark there, so you want to see that one. Number 15 should be 32. A to the third, b to the fourth. And 16. 8x to the third, all divided by y to the third. So in my numerator, 8x to the third. In my denominator, y to the third. Now, I expect you to have questions. May I erase the warm-up? Everybody's got the warm-up copy down, yeah?
I'm finishing it, sorry.
Okay, that's right. I'll go over here. Okay. Patrick, we're going to start with you, man, because I know that you have a question about number 14. Let's see that one. So number 14. is, so this, number 14 on page 14. And I know there's others that we need to do still. We're going to do these first. 7x to the 4th, all of that is multiplied to the 0, or raised to the 0. First off, everything has an exponent. What's the exponent with the 7? Even though it's not there, what's the exponent with the 7? Has to have a 1. So I'm going to put that. This is power to a power rule. When we have exponents raised to another power, we take this exponent and we multiply it to every exponent in there. So that leaves me 7 to the 0, x to the 0, because 0 times 1 is 0, x to the 0 is 0. Any non-zero number to the 0 power is what? Not 0, 1. So 7 to the 0 is 1, times x to the 0 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Others, I know you have questions. Listen, on Thursday we did Psalm 51 verse 6. It talked about being honest in your heart, right? So don't just sit there and go, I'm good. You're not. I watched some of your faces and went, ooh. So what questions? Which ones would you like to see?
Number 13.
Number 13, would love to. So number 13 says 2a to the 3rd, b to the b, all raised to the 2nd. And this is where we're having a little bit of trouble. Everything has an exponent. So even though that's how it's written, Lydia, what's missing exponents? The what? Okay. The 2. If they don't show an exponent, they still have it. The exponent just happens to be a 1. So now, just like number 14, we're taking the power to the power rule. This power, we multiply to the 1, to the 3, to the 1. We keep the base. 1 times 2 is 2. Keep the base. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. We can't leave it like that because it's not simplified. What is 2 squared? Everything else stays. How are we doing? Is this making a little bit more sense now? A little bit? Okay. I'm going to erase this, yes?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Okay. What else? Guys, we can do as many or as few. This is your time to do these.
16.
16, would love to. Let me just check our time so that I know when we're supposed to be. Chapel schedule. Period 4, 10:35. Oh, plenty of time. Okay. You said 16? Okay, this is just like number 13. 2x divided by y all to the 3rd. This one is mean. Why is it mean? Do you see any exponents inside that parenthesis? So you've got to add them. What are the exponents inside this parenthesis right now, Ava? What's the exponent on the 2?
1.
Okay. What's the exponent on the x?
1.
What's the exponent on the y?
1.
From there, everything gets multiplied by this exponent. When I say everything, every exponent. So the 3 times the 1, the 3 times the 1, the 3 times, and notice how I put the dots there. So I know that I'm multiplying. So I'm going to keep the base. 2, 1 times 3 is 3. I keep the base, 1 times 3 is 3. I keep the base, 1 times 3 is 3. 2 to the 3rd, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, x to the 3rd, y to the 3rd. Is this one of those times that you're like, Mr. H, you make it look so easy, but when I'm looking at it, it's not? Is that what's happening? No? We're getting pretty good with this? What else? Because we still have 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, something like that to do. Anything else on this? Okay, so now we did, on the next page, 45 through 48. 45 is 16. 46 is negative 49. 47. You might have changed it to a decimal. I hope you didn't. It should be 3 divided by 32. So 3 in the numerator, 32 in the denominator. 48 should be negative somewhere, 25 divided by 8. So if you have negative 25 divided by 8, that's fine. If you have 25 divided by negative 8, that's fine. Questions?
Can you do 48?
Oh, do I have to? Yes.
Thank you.
Here we go. Now you reached 14 and 13.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said 48?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so x equals negative 3, y equals, just so I have that. So now I've got negative x plus y squared minus the absolute value of x all divided by the negative absolute value of x minus y. Okay. Let me get my math muscles going. So y'all, let me explain a little bit about my weekend. So obviously I wasn't here on Friday. I was up at 2:45 to catch a flight to Cleveland for a wedding. And then we came back yesterday. Again, woke up at 2:45 to catch a flight. Everybody else took naps. I'm a little sleepy, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna hope that my math brain works. So parenthesis, negative parenthesis. Because the x is this. So that's negative 3 plus parenthesis 5 squared parenthesis minus the absolute value of negative 3 divided by negative absolute value of negative 3 minus 5 parentheses. Shoo! Okay, grouping symbols first, right? So I'm going to write this over here. Want to see this? No, okay, good. I'm going to start with this negative of a negative 3. That really, what's a negative of a negative? So that gives me positive 3 plus 5 squared is 25. Minus another grouping symbol. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Did I lose anybody there?
No.
Okay. Minus the grouping symbol. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Now I'm coming over here. 3 plus 25 is 28. Minus 3 divided by the absolute value. It's a negative. The absolute value is 8. 28 minus 3 is 25 divided by negative 8. This is the same as saying negative 25 divided by 8. You don't have to attach that negative. It can just sit out in front. Yes, sir?
Did you do the absolute value of negative 3?
Of where?
Negative 3? Would you do that?
That's 3. So the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. And it's still just minus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I lose anybody? Questions? You have homework, but you also have plenty of time. These are just exponents. Some of them are tricky, and I will work with you. Are we allowed to have negative exponents? As an answer, can I have a negative exponent in my answer? The answer is no. Uh-oh. Already I'm seeing confusion, so let's do this real quick. Man, we might have missed that in the video, Mr. H. If we have 3 to the third x to the negative 2, I would immediately mark this wrong if this was your answer, because you have an x to the negative 2. As soon as you see something with a negative, it has to have a fraction. Either there's a denominator or there's a numerator. The base and the exponent that are negative flip. Okay? 3 to the third, is that negative? That doesn't have a negative exponent, so it stays where it's at. But the x to the negative 2, the base goes down and the exponent becomes positive. Okay, so if you have a negative exponent, only the base with the negative exponent either goes from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. Everybody with me?
Yep.
Okay. You may work together, you may ask for help. There are 14 questions. That was a little creepy, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, get started. Use your book if you need it. Ask for help. Talk to each other. I want to hear you guys talking. So get number 1 done. Say, hey, what'd you guys get? You with me? Love you.